So welcome to another Tokyo Revengers video guys. And I hope you all have seen the spoilers. Honestly, I don't know exactly what's going on in the story. This time too we did not get much spoilers. But I like it. Because most of the time, half of the story is released on Saturday. And the anticipation for the official chapter was very low. So glad we didn't get too much information. So we can discuss. Also the anticipation for the official chapter will be even better. Anyway. Now some interesting things have happened in the story. But at the same time, I think Kakucho has decided to sacrifice himself. We will also see some scenes of IZANA in this chapter. So, before we talk about that, as usual guys, I would kindly appreciate it if you can drop a like on the video and consider subscribing to the channel. Let's go into the video now. So the last chapter ended on such a crazy cliffhanger. Both Takemichi and Kakucho were able to stop Sanzu at the right time. Even so, Sanzu drove the train as he thought. So everyone is more likely to die. But they are still likely to stop the train. Takemichi and Kakucho are both already on the train. Now, as you can see in the picture here, Takemichi is still struggling to stop the train. I think he could not focus at this point. And the train was already approaching the battlefield. So he starts screaming in frustration. He did not know which button to press. But Sanzu also took longer to run the train. That's why, if the Takemichi stops the train immediately, that would not make sense. Because if the two of them had not interrupted Sanzu's way, he would have already run the train. They really gave Sanzu a very hard time. And he had been planning for this almost from the day the war was declared. So it would not be good if his plan was thwarted immediately. I just speak from Sanzu's point of view. However, Takemichi already saw in vision how horrible the incident would be. Kakucho was also seriously injured. And they still could not stop the train. This overall situation is very serious. Moment like life or death. But Sanzu is sitting here smiling. In the previous chapter, he was thrown out of the train because he was shocked to see Takemichi's actions. But at the same time, he is lucky. If he had been on the train too, he would have died in an accident. But I can't wait to see him and Takemichi face off again. Because it would be so crazy. Sanzu now knows Takemichi's true identity. I think there will be a big conflict between them after this. If Sanzu had killed Takemichi at this moment, he could have easily accomplished his plan. But Takemichi dodged from his attack. If he had not seen it in vision, he would have been dead by now. Sanzu tried to attack him in the blind spot. So, Sanzu has almost discovered that Takemichi is a time leaper. But when they try to talk to each other, Kakucho threw him off the train. So can't wait to see them face each other again. However, then we can see this picture. Kakucho pushes Takemichi off the train. I think many people understand what this means. I understand what he is trying to do. Yet, Kakucho carries everything on his shoulders. He really did not want Takemichi to die. I think he decided to divert the train and sacrifice himself to save everyone. He is always ready for things like this. Now Kakucho is the only one on the train. But I think he still does not know how to stop the train. Suddenly IZANA appears behind him. This is sufficient evidence for an upcoming incident. We all know what happens if a dead character always appears in a story like this. Also Kakucho was seriously injured. He said in the previous chapter, "That wound is not deep." But I knew he was lying. Baji said the same thing. In the end, he could not last long. I think he knows how long he will endure that pain. He is on the verge of death and life. I think this reason is enough for IZANA to appear suddenly. But keep this in mind. We don't yet know the full content of the chapter. This is likely to change in the story anyway. But I think Kakucho is less likely to survive. IZANA says, "I'll help you." To be honest, I did not expect we would get a scene like this. This scene is so emotional. Along with Kakucho, IZANA is also involved in this battle. We cannot expect more than this. Because many people wanted to see IZANA again. But we all know that it's impossible. That's why I am so grateful for this scene. In the meantime, I think all the people have seen the train. This means the train has not stopped yet. But even if they escape, many more people are likely to die in it. We can see Kakucho crying on this page. Perhaps he can feel IZANA's presence. And he may have decided to sacrifice himself to save everyone. But like I said before, because we don't get the full content, we can't decide anything for sure. I want Kakucho to be alive to the last. But at this point, I think it's not possible. He has so much potential. So losing a character like him is a sad thing. I thought we would get the backstory about him. He said he threw away his last name. I was very interested in it. However, but based on this picture, I can say one thing for sure. Kakucho successfully stopped the train. We can see the shocked look on Sanzu's face. Takemichi also smiles at this picture. So he is more likely to stop the train. But we don't know what he did to make it happen. We will have to wait until the official chapter is released to confirm all this. But I wonder how Kakucho stopped the train. Because Takemichi is smiling in this picture. Perhaps the Kakucho would have been saved as well. But these are just my thoughts. The only thing I can firmly believe is that the train stopped successfully. But we don't know how. So I'm very excited for the official chapter. Also let me know below if you have any theory on this. Apart from all this, let me know in the comment section what you would like to see in story. Anyway, if you guys like this video, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. And good luck to all.